Hello everyone, you're welcome to solve this nice algebra problem, which is x over 6 multiplied by x over 6. This is equal to 6 over x multiplied by 6 over x. So what are the values of x? Now solution from here, we have x times x, this is x to power 2, divided by 6 times 6, which is 6 to power 2. This is equal to 6 times 6 again here, which is 6 to power 2, divided by x times x, which is x to power 2. Now the next step here, let's cross multiply here, so that now we'll have x to power 2 multiplied by x to power 2. This is equal to 6 to power 2 multiplied by 6 to power 2. The next step here, x to power 2 multiplied by x to power 2, this is in the form of a to power n multiplied by a to power m, which you can express as a to power n plus m. Now applying this exponent property, then this follows that x to power 2 plus 2, this is equal to 6 to power 2 plus 2. So that now here we'll have x to power 4, this is equal to 6 to power 4. The next step here, let's take 6 to power 4 on the left hand side, so that we'll have 6 to power 4 subtract, that is x to power 4 subtract 6 to power 4, this is equal to 0. Now we can express x to power 4 as x to power 2 squared subtract 6 to power 4 can be expressed as 6 to power 2 raised to power 2 raised to power 2, this is equal to 0. Now x to power 2 squared subtract 6 to power 2 squared, this is in the form of a squared minus b squared, which we can express as a plus b, a minus b. In this case, a is equal to x squared and b is equal to 6 squared. Therefore, a plus b, this is the same thing as x squared plus 6 squared. Okay, this is equal to 0. Let's call this equation 1. Then we have that a minus b, this is equal to x to power 2 subtract 6 to power 2. Okay, this is equal to 0. Let's call this equation 2. So let's proceed to solve equation 1 and 2 as follows. Now let's start with case 1 here, which is x to power 2 plus 6 to power 2. This is equal to 0. Now x to power 2 plus 6 to power 2, this is in the form of a squared plus b squared, which you can express as a plus bi multiplied by a minus b bi. Applying this property, then x to power 2 plus 6 to power 2, this can be expressed as x plus 6i, then here x minus 6i. Okay, so this is equal to 0. So in this case, we have two parts here. The first part is x plus 6i, this is equal to 0. The second part here is x minus 6i, this is equal to 0. From the first part here, I can call this one x1, this is equal to negative 6i. In the second case here, x2, this is equal to negative 6i. If you take it to the right hand side, this is the same thing as 6i. So we have x1 and x2. So let's proceed to case 2. Case 2 here, we have x to power 2 subtract 6 to power 2, this is equal to 0. Now this follows that x to power 2 minus 6 to power 2, this is in the form of a squared minus b squared, which you can express as a plus b, a minus b. Now in this case, we have x to power 2 subtract 6 to power 2. This can be expressed as x plus 6, x minus 6. This is equal to 0. And therefore, we have that x plus 6, this is equal to 0 as the first part. And we have that x minus 6, this is equal to 0 as the second part. So now, here we have that x3, this is equal to plus 6. Take it to the right-hand side, this becomes negative 6. And here we'll have x4, which is equal to positive 6. So now, let's verify that x1, which is equal to negative 6i, and x2, which is equal to 6i, x3, which is equal to negative 6, and x4, which is equal to 6. All these. Now, if you recall here, we end that x to power 4, this is equal to 6 to power 4. So let's check if this is true. Let's start with x1. x1 here is equal to negative 6i. Substituting this, we'll have negative 6i raised to power 4. This should be equal to 6 to power 4. Now in this case, this is the same thing as negative 6i multiplying by negative 6i multiplying by negative 6i multiplying by negative 6i. This is equal to 6 to power 4. In this case, we have I times I. Now, let's start with negative 6 multiplying by negative 6 multiplying by negative 6 multiplying by negative 6. This is 6 to power 4. Multiplying by I times I, this is I squared, multiplying by I times I, which is I squared. Okay? And given that I squared, this is definitely negative 1. So this follows that this is 6 to power 4 multiplying by negative 1 times negative 1. This is equal to 6 to power 4. So negative 1 times negative 1, this is positive 1. And therefore, 6 to power 4 is equal to 6 to power 4. So x1 satisfies the equation. Let's move to x2 here. x2 is equal to 6i. The same thing here. So 6i raised to power 4. This should be equal to 6 to power 4. Now here we have 6i times 6i times 6i times 6i. This is equal to 6 to power 4. Now here we have 6 times 6 times 6 times 6, and this is 6 to power 4. Times I, this is I squared, multiplying by I times I, which is I squared. But I squared is equal to negative 1. Now that implies that here we have 6 to power 4 multiplying by negative 1, multiplying by negative 1. This should be equal to 6 to power 4. So negative 1 times negative 1, this is positive 1. And therefore 6 to power 4 is equal to 6 to power 4. And that implies that x2, which is 6i, satisfies the equation. Let's move to x3, which is equal to negative 6. So we'll have negative 6 raised to power 4. This should be equal to 6 to power 4. Now, we can express this as negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6. This is equal to 6 to power 4. So negative times negative, this is positive. Negative times negative, this is positive. And then we have 6 times 6 times 6 times, this is actually 6 to power 4. And this is equal to 6 to power 4. The left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. And that shows that x3 satisfies the equation. Lastly, we have x4, which is equal to 6. So this is the same thing as saying 6 to the power 6. This is equal to 6 to the power 6. And clearly you can see that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. And that affirms that the four solutions x1, x2, x3, and x4 actually satisfies the equation. So kindly follow the steps, like this video, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.